Good morning. This is open source software and hardware DET 3107 elective 1. Course outcomes: to have an introductory knowledge of concept of open and free software and hardware, introduction of the Arduino hardware, Raspberry Pi, Internet of the Things, IoT, to get an in-depth knowledge of Arduino, software ID, simple programs, interfacing of the basic hardware modules with Arduino, to acquire the knowledge of interfacing and programming of Arduino for ADC, DC motor, servo motor, Bluetooth, Zigbee, Wi-Fi and PWM programming, to understand the details regarding LaTeX software with its installation, programming, processing, software facilities useful for various document preparation, to understand the details regarding the Scilab software with its installation, programming, processing, console, editor, graphics window, software facilities useful for various technical calculations, to study ECAD as an electronic computer-aided design, ECAD's tool for designing circuit schematic, electric rule checking, netlist generation, mapping components and designing PCB. So Scilab is the scientific language, as we know, and this document I have shared with you on Google Classroom, and this is 5th chapter of the Scilab open source software and hardware. So we have discussed some details about the software yesterday, about the website to download, different software packages for the different operating system are there: Windows, Linux and Mac OS X. If you install and launch the software, we will have 4 different windows: console, editor, graphics window and help under the Scilab software package. Okay. And these windows like console, editor, graphics window and help, these are for calculation, console, the program writing editor, and for displaying the graphics like graph and images is the graphics window, and giving the or showing the help menu or help to the users is the help window. As we know, there is a console of the Scilab which will have the prompt like this, and in front of prompt we'll type the command and we'll have the enter key pressed. Okay, return key pressed, and that will execute the command. There is also file browser on this side and variable browser on this side, and command history is there. Command history is to show the commands which were executed previously. Okay, and directly we can execute the mathematical commands and we will get the answer which is stored in the variable named as ANS. First 3 letter of answer, ANS. So this is the variable name which is by default generated in the Scilab if we do not declare the variable. If we declare the variable, answer will be stored in that variable. If we do not declare the variable, if you directly write the command which gives some returns some answer, then that answer will be stored in the default variable, that is ANS, and next such calculations are done, then previous answer which is stored in ANS will be overwritten by the new answer and recent answer will be stored. All previous answers will be lapsed, wiped out. Okay, watched out. And keyboard arrows we can use for uh, taking back all the previous instructions executed or next instructions executed after some instructions. We can have the calculation with the mathematical operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide and power by cap. We can have some commands sqrt for square root, but these are the case sensitive. If we are having sqrt in small letters, if the command is having sqrt small letters, if you write capital letter for that, it will give error. It will give error. Then some particular numbers are there, just like the exponential number, pi number, constants. We can directly put into the expression like percent %e and percent %pi and percent %i for the imaginary value of root of -1. Okay, I is root of -1, imaginary value root of -1. So 2 plus 3 into percent %i will give answer 2 plus 3i. Okay, while in getting the input, percent %i is taken as root -1, and while displaying it, it will display I like this. Okay. Then for displaying the result, if you want to display the result, we do not give the semicolon at the end of the expression. If you don't want to display the result, we give the semicolon that will be acting as a delimiter and it will not display any result. Result is not displayed. Okay. If no semicolon is there, then result will be displayed like this. ANS equal to 1.618034. So result can be displayed by not using semicolon, and result can be stopped to display by using semicolon. Okay. Then we can have the exponential, factorial like commands or functions. Okay, and these are summarized in the chapter 3, page number 32. Afterwards we can discuss, and you can see it in the document you are having with you on the Google Classroom. I have shared it already in the 2 months back. Then if we write in front of prompt some initial letters of the function and press the tab key. Okay, then that 3-4 letters will be completed by software, and if multiple function names are there, like suppose fact is written, FACT and tab key is pressed, then it can show factorial and factor, because these two functions are there and these two functions are having first 4 letters FACT. And then using the arrow key and enter press button, we can have the selection of one of them. Okay. Then there is a menu bar like that. In that, like applications is there. Application is under application. The command history is there and variable browsers are there. We have seen in the Windows to show the previous commands and to show the different variables which are declared during the process of execution. Then the edit is also there. Under edit, the preferences are there in the Scilab to set the customize the colors of font and font size on the console in the editor, which is useful for screen projection. Clicking on clear console clears entire content of the console. There is a clear console button menu. which clears the entire console. Whatever the commands executed in the console, say 10, 15, 100 commands were executed, and then if you want to clear the console, make it empty, okay, we can click the clear console, okay, command. It will not click the command history, it will not clear the command history. Command history are still having the commands, and similarly it will not clear the variable history also. Variable history is also available. Then there is a control to interrupt the running program, under which the pausing the program, we can have the control and interrupt menu, okay, on the menu bar. So control X under the window Linux and command X under the Mac OS X. If the program is already running, in all the cases the prompt will turn into -1 or -2 if operation is repeated 2 times, it is interrupted. -1 or -2 To return to the time prior to the program interrupt, type resume. There is also resume in control. There is also resume button or resume menu. Then to quit the program, we will have to control about button. It will permanently quit the program. If we interrupt it, we can come back again program by resume. But in case of abort, it is not possible. It is permanently quitting the program. Then editor is there, just like the console, the editor is also there. Then in editor, the typing directly into the console has two disadvantages. If we are typing the commands into console, they can be executed, but it has two disadvantages. What are those disadvantages? It is not possible to save commands, and it is not easy to edit multiple lines of instruction. Commands will not be saved permanently. Okay. And second thing, multiple lines simultaneously cannot be edited. Okay, for execution on the single click, with the single click. These are the two disadvantages. So these two disadvantages are there. Okay. What are the two disadvantages? With the console, it is not possible to save the command, and it is not easy to edit the multiple lines of the instructions. It is not very easy to edit it. We can copy and paste on the command window, but and execute, but it is not possible to edit very easily on the command window. So that's why the editor is appropriate tool to run multiple instructions. If we write all the commands into the editor can save this as a file, program file. So saving can be very easily possible. And again, if we can open this file if you want, and we can execute the saved file anytime. So saving is very easy with the editor. We can save it as a file, and as we know it is an editor, we can write multiple programs, maybe 10 lines program, 50 lines program, 100 lines program, or maybe more than that 1000 lines program. Whatever may be number of instructions if you want to execute, it is possible to write and save into the editor. So editor is appropriate appropriate tool to run the multiple instructions. How to open the editor? Opening the editor. To open the editor from the console, click on the first icon of toolbar. This is the symbol, or click on applications and SciNotes. So to open this SciNote, editor is SciNote. To open this SciNote, we can click this button. It will open the editor, or click on applications, and under applications SciNotes, click on SciNotes in the menu bar. Applications SciNotes, or on the toolbar you can have this symbol, and you can click this symbol for opening the editor or SciNote. When editor opens, obviously the default file name untitled one will be there. If you save it, you can save it with your required name for the file. Okay. So writing in the editor, typing in the editor is just like any typing editor, that is like word processor editor. We can type like word processor editor. Okay, just like the word processor you can type. Okay, or how you are typing in the Keel editor or Arduino editor, similarly you can type here also in the editor. Just go on typing, and there will be buttons of copy, paste, cut, paste, and redo and undo, and all buttons are there. Save as, etc. So typing in the editor is just like any other word processor. In the text editor, opening and closing parentheses and end loops, functions and test commands are added automatically. Okay. However, these features can be disabled in option auto completion on menu. If we are having auto completion on menu, it will be automatically completed. If we disable the auto completion on menu, then this will be automatically not completed. It is not automatically completed. So we can keep the editor on automatical completion, or we can stop the automatic completion under the option auto completion on button menu. So in clicking on the two below entries, disabled by default. Okay. So round bracket is there, round bracket and square bracket. Opening round bracket, opening square bracket are there. So these are the two. So these two are having auto completion requirement. If and function are also having the auto completion available. Okay. In principle, each instruction should be entered in separate line. Every instruction should be on the separate line. To understand it, to recognize it, it is possible to type multiple statements on same line, separating each statement with the semicolon. It is possible to go on adding multiple commands on same line also, separate it with the semicolon. It is also possible, but actually for understanding, separate line is used for separate instruction. That will be better. A space at the start of the line is called indentation. It is automatically when loop or test is started. Okay. Suppose we have to calculate 10 terms in the sequence un. That is u1 is equal to 1, un plus 1 is equal to 2, un minus 3. If this is the sequence, then we can have the calculation of the 10 terms like this. U of 1 is equal to 1 for n equal to 1 to 10. U of n plus 1 is equal to 2 into un minus 3. So this is the calculation. For loop 1 to 10 for loop are there. So when n equal to 1, u of n plus 1 will be 2. So second term will be 2 into first term minus 3. When n equal to 2, this n plus 1 is 3. U of 3 can be calculated with 2 of n of 2. Now n is 2 minus 3. Likewise. And each time it will be displaying n, what is n and what is u of n. It is displaying. Okay. So this way we can have the simple programs. Okay. So comments are, you can observe here, comment are preceded with double backslash. Will be taken into account as a, will not be taken into account in the calculation. To change the font, click option and preferences. Okay, font. To write the program indentation is automatic. This is not the case with format and correct indentation. So if correct indentation is disabled, it will not be indenting. If it is enabled, format under format menu, correct indentation, clicked, then it will restore the indentation. Automatic indentation will be there. We will not to take any care of the indentation. Okay. How to save the file? Just like any other editor, we can save the file. Any other editors, all the editors are having save as buttons. Similarly, this also is having save and save as buttons. So saving can be done, file saving can be done with this button, save or save as button. Any file can be saved by clicking on file menu and under that save as menu. Any menu will have many type of the software will have editor with the file menu, and under that save and save menu are there. Similarly here it is there. Extension .sce is there at the end of the file name, will launch automatically Scilab when opened it under the except under Linux and Mac OS. Okay. Copying to the console and executing the program. How to copy it to the console and execute the program? After saving the file .sce file, under the file menu, save as menu, we have saved the file with the some name, maybe suppose program1.sce or p1.sce, whatever. In clicking on execute in the menu bar, there is execute button on the menu bar. Okay, there is execute button on menu bar. Okay, so this button is clicked. Three options are available. Three options are available for execution, 1, 2 and 3. What are those options? If you click execute button, three options will be available. Execute file with no echo, execute file with echo, execute until the caret with echo. Three options are there. Execute with file with no echo, execute file with echo, with no echo, with echo, and third is until the caret with echo. For that, Control Shift E is there under the Windows Linux and CMD Shift E is under Mac. For file with echo, Control L is there under the Windows and Linux, and CMD L is there under Mac OS. We have to press Control Shift E, CMD Shift E, Control L, CMD L, and for third, until the caret with echo, Control E under Windows, Linux, and CMD E under the Mac OS. So Control Shift E, Control L or Control E are there for file with no echo, file with echo, right, until caret with echo. What it does? What is the meaning of this? The file is executed without writing the program into the console. File is executed without writing the program in the console. Saving the file first is mandatory. First we have to save the file. It is mandatory. Then it will execute. We have to save it, then it will press Ctrl Shift T. Okay. File is executed without writing the program in the console. So program is there in the program file in the editor, and the program is not executed without writing. Program is executed without writing into the console. So in console the program commands will be not written. Okay. So in this way, no echo means console there will be no writing of the program. No echo means in console there is no writing. With echo, what is the meaning? Rewrite the file into the console and execute it. So with echo and without echo. If the file or program is written into the console, it is with echo. If it is not written in the console but executed, it is without echo. So execution is by writing into console is with echo. echo is there, that is available on the in the console also, and there is no writing in the console, that is called no echo. No writing in the console, no echo. Okay, in this way. Until the caret with echo, this is the third type. Until the caret, until the caret, till the caret means what? It means rewriting the selection chosen with the mouse into the console. So whatever you have chosen with this mouse, whatever you have chosen with the mouse, okay. So like this, suppose I have chosen this amount. So I have chosen with the mouse this much. So this is the chosen part with the mouse, isn't it? I have clicked here and dragged the mouse. So it is chosen by the mouse. Okay. So this part is chosen by the mouse. So in this way, whatever the part of the program is chosen by the mouse, that part is rewritten in the console and executed it. Only that part. Or execute the file data until the caret position defined by the user. So we can have till the caret position execution will be there, and execution will stop there only, or execution of only that portion will be there which is selected by the mouse. So this is called until the caret. And echo will be there in the console. There will be the rewriting the program, and it will be seen to us in the console. कन्सोल मध्ये राईट केला जाईल प्रोग्राम आणि आपल्याला दिसेल पण. सेमिकोलन काढले तर त्याचं आन्सर पण दिसेल. सेमिकोलन असेल तर आन्सर दिसणार नाही, कमांड दिसते. So these are the three types of the execution. What are the three types of the execution? What are the three types of the executions? What are the three types of the executions? File with no echo, file with echo, until the caret with echo. With echo means the program commands are written in the console. No echo means program is not written into the console. It is directly executed. With echo means program are written into the console. And for that the shortcut keys are given. Control Shift E is there, Control L is there, Control E is there. But in case of Mac, CMD Shift E, CMD L, CMD E is there. Okay. So this is for execution. Then standard copy. Paste can also be used. Copy paste is also used. Copy paste can be also done. Okay. Copy paste is also possible. Then there is a graphics window. This is about the editor window. Whatever we have discussed is about the editor window. This is editor. Okay. So we have discussed console, we have discussed the editor. Then graphics window. Opening up the graphics window. How to open the graphics window? Graphics window opens automatically when making any plot. Suppose we have the command for making any plot. Plotting command is there. As soon as the plotting command is executed in the program, graphics window opens automatically. Graphics window opens automatically when making any plot. It is possible to plot the curves, surfaces, sequences of the points, etc. In the chapter 2, page 18, it is discussed in detail. We will discuss that way whenever we go to the chapter 2, page 18. So it is possible to plot curves, surfaces, sequences of the points. To obtain the example of the curve, if you type on the console plot, if you type on the console plot, this graphics window will open. So this is graphics window number 0. Again, if you open second, it will be graphics window number 1, then graphics window number 2, and so on. It is having file, tools, edit, and help also, question mark. Okay. Zoom, unzoom is also there. To erase the previous plot, type CLF, clear figure. Clear figure is short form CLF, clear figure, CLF. Clear figure, it will clear the figure to erase the previous plot. We can erase the previous plot and have the new plot command to have new graph. Or you can have separate graphics window. Graphics window number 0, graphics window number 1, graphics window number 2, graphics window number 3, and so on. We can use same plot by erasing it, or we can generate new graphics window. So many graphics window can be generated, but that will occupy the memory. That will occupy more memory. To open another graphics window, type SCF, set current figure. SCF, set current figure. CLF is for clearing the figure and SCF is for setting the current figure. If several graphics windows are open, you can choose in which the plot will be drawn, like SCF N. N is the number of the graphics window. N for graphics window number mentioned on the left top of the top left. Here top left it is mentioned number 0, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, etc. Graphics window number 0, graphics window number 1, graphics window number 2, and so on. So SCF N is there, it will be chosen for particular figure to draw the graph. CLF, SCF is there, CLF is the clear figure, SCF is the set current figure. How to modify the plot? We can modify the plot. We can modify the plot. Plot is there, current plot is there, it is plotted, and we can change it. We change it means we modify it. There is a magnifying glass. You can see this symbol, magnifying glass. Why for magnifying glass is used? It is to magnify. So to zoom, we can use this. So magnifying glass allows zooming. Magnifying glass allows zooming. To zoom into 2 dimensions, click on this tool and with the mouse create the rectangle which will constitute new enlarged view. So with mouse we can create some rectangle like this. You can click and drag and you can create the rectangle like this. Okay. So you can create the rectangle in this way. Okay. So if we create that rectangle, that much is shown by enlarging it. If you select rectangle, so first you have to click this zooming tool and then we have to create the rectangle with the mouse. To zoom in 3 dimension, click on the tool and create a parallel piped which will constitute a new enlarged view. It is also possible to zoom using the mouse wheel. Mouse wheel is rotated, turned, it will go on zooming. It will go on zooming. To return to initial screen, click on the other magnifying glass which is shown here, written 1. One magnifying glass is there, other also having one magnifying glass symbol which is having 1, like this. That will unzoom, return to original screen. Zooming is magnifying, unzooming is again returning to original screen. Returning to original screen. Okay. Then there is icon like this. Okay. This icon is enabling the rotation of the figure, particularly useful in 3 dimensions. It is useful in 3 dimensional because 3 dimensional are having multiple dimensionality other than the plane figure. So plane figure we are able to observe complete figure on the screen, but if you want to observe a completely 3 dimensional figure, we have to rotate that figure. So this is a rotational tool. Just like the zooming tool, this is rotation tool. So if you click this, okay, if you click this particular icon and click on the graph, we can rotate it with the mouse. By clicking on the graph, we can rotate it with the mouse. By dragging the mouse, we can rotate it. With right click actions which are guided by the messages in the bottom of the graphics window, we can do it. For more practice of modifications, click on Edit, Figure Properties or Axis Properties and let yourself be guided. This option is not yet available under Mac. It is available under Windows and Linux only. Edit, Figure Properties and Axis Properties. If you are having the Mac or Apple system and you have installed Scilab onto that under the Apple system, Mac OS X, then this facility will not be available. This facility is available only under the Windows and Linux. Okay, edit figure properties, axis properties. You can directly get the figure properties or you can directly get the axis properties. You can edit the axis properties of the graph, and suppose initially the graph is seen on x-axis 0 to 100, on y-axis 0 to 100. You can edit it for suppose say 10 to 50 on x-axis and say 20 to 30 on y-axis. So you will get only 10 to 50 on x-axis and 20 to 30 y-axis square. Okay, only that much square is available. So with the mouse you can select that square, or with the edit figure properties you can directly enter the values that will be more accurate than the mouse. The zooming will be more accurate. The accurate area will be zoomed. Okay, so this is possible. Zooming is possible, or magnification is possible with magnifying glass, and returning to initial screen is possible with another magnifying glass with 1 on it. And we can rotate the figure, especially for 3-dimensional figure. We can rotate it so that we can have the in detail observation of the figure properties. Because the 3-dimensional figure, it will be having details on all the dimensions. and we can have the zooming with edit and figure properties or axis properties. You can edit those properties from this to this. Accordingly it will be displayed. Accordingly it will be seen. Okay. So this is about the display. Magnification, rotation. Okay. So these are the details of graphics window. This is the graphics window. Okay. This is about graphics window. So we have seen console window, we have seen editing window, editor window, isn't it? Console window, editor window, and graphics window. There are four windows: console window, editor window, graphics window, and help window. So help is also there, online help. To access the online help, click on the question mark button, just like this. Question mark button is there, or question mark menu. It is available on all the windows. To access the online help, we have to click on the question mark menu, then Scilab help in the menu bar, or type on the console help. If you go on console and in front of prompt, type help. So not only typing help it will give, but we have to click on the enter button. Sorry, you have to press the enter button. Anything writing on the console menu in front of the prompt, we have to press the enter key. Then that action will be taken. The example of use can be executed in Scilab and edited in Scinote. Okay. In using it association with the buttons, like for example framework. So suppose we have clicked the question mark Scilab help and we can search the different topics. So this will be the help browser. This is help browser, and this is the help we have searched, the trigonometry say, or maybe sync and SECH sec. So you can click on this next arrow or previous arrow, and you can go on new topics. So this in under trigonometry there is a sine sine function. Calling sequence is t is equal to sine x. Argument is x. It is a real or complex vector of the matrix. Okay, it is a vector of matrix. You can substitute single value or vector of matrix for sine function calculation. It will give the output of sine of that individual value. Individual output will be sine of individual values into the array. Okay. So in this case, in the trigonometry function, sine is selected for the help. So any function you can select for the help. On this side you can observe variety of the functions are there. ACOTD, ACOTH, ASC, ACSC, ACSCD, ACSCH, ACEC, ASEC, ASEC D, ASEC H, asine, asine D, asine H, asine M. Variety of the details are there, and you can find here the sine function is selected. So that's why the sine help is available. Help on the sign is available, sign function. Okay. So how to call the sequence, what are the arguments, what is the description, a vector of matrix sign x is the sign of its elements. For matrix sign using sign mx, sign mx is used. Instead of sign mx is used. So sign m is the function for matrix. Only sign is a function for vector. So vector may have single value or array of the values 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 100 numbers or 1000 numbers is possible. Any number possible of the array. Any finite number of numbers. Okay, so we can have the argument for this function sign as a vector. If we are sending as argument as a matrix, we have to use sign m, sin m, and then we can send the argument as a matrix. So it is a matrix sign. Otherwise, it is a vector of the vector sign or sign of each element in the vector. So this is just the one help. Similarly, very large number of help topics are there. So you can check here. Under trigonometry, so many topics are there. And then there is a sample, and that sample is graphically represented and so on. Okay, this is about the help window. So how to get help? So you can get the help by accessing the online help and clicking on the Scilab help. Okay, clicking on the question mark. You can click on the question mark. Okay, so if you click on the question mark, there will be Scilab help, or you can put a Scilab help on the console menu. Type on the console menu help. Okay, you can type on the console menu HELP and enter. You will get the help window. The help window will be popped up. Help window will be opened. And under help menu or help window, you can have number of possible all the functions used in the Scilab. And individually each and every detail you can access there. You can read, you can understand, you can learn from that. Okay, you can learn every topic, all the five topics, all the commands, all the functions are very well explained with its construction, with its execution, with its meaning. Okay, what are types of arguments, what are the types of outcomes, all is mentioned, all is given as under the help. So detailed information we can get and we can learn from the help. So help is very useful window. So we have seen all the four windows. Console window is there, editor window is there, graphics window is there, and help window is there. To get the help with any function, type the help in the console followed by the name of the appropriate function. For example, and in the console you can type in front of prompt, suppose help, HELP, give space and type suppose sign and enter it. You will get the help on the sign, SIN or SINE, sign function. It will display help for sign function. It will display the help for sign function. Okay. So in this way, the help will work. So for getting the help, you can click on this question mark and Scilab help. You will get the help. Okay. How will get the help? The help window will be opened. Help window will be open and you can have the help under the help window. How to open in other way? So you can click on the question mark and you can click on the Scilab help. This is one thing. Click on the question mark and click on the Scilab help. This is one way. What is the alternate method? Alternate method is type in the console in front of prompt. What you have to type? HELP. In front of prompt, give the command HELP and enter. If you type HELP, you are giving command help and enter. So after carriage return, enter is pressed, you will get the help window opened. Once the help window is open, you can search for any type of the keyword, you can search for any type of the function, you can search for any type of the command. How to search? Under search, you can click this option and under search you can type the command, or you can search by moving this slider on these commands. Okay. So there are a lot of thousand of commands. It is difficult to search by scrolling down or scrolling up. It is very easy to find by entering its name into the search menu, and you will get in this window the details regarding that particular command. So this is the details regarding the any of the command. So this window shows the details of the command. Okay. Suppose we have to get directly the help on any particular function. We are knowing the function. Suppose SINE, sign function, SINE, or SIN, sign function we are knowing. So in Scilab there is a sign function. That information we are already having, suppose. Okay. We are knowing the sign function. Then we can write into the console the prompt is there. In front of prompt we can write help and we give the space and we can write the function name. Suppose sqrt, square root. Okay, and click the enter. You will get the help window of sqrt. You will get help window, and in the help window the help of sqrt will display. Help of the sqrt will be available in the help window. So in this way also we can get the help. So you can click the question mark, and after the help window is opened, you can search for the help for particular command, or you can write in console in front of prompt HELP help and enter. Help window will appear, and then you can search. Question mark clicking or help writing, giving the command of help, you can get the help window, and then you can search the help for particular topic, or you can directly go on the topic if you are confirmly knowing the command name. If you are knowing exactly the command, you can directly go on the particular help window of that particular command. Okay, in this way. So in front of that arrow in the console, okay, prompt, it is called prompt. In front of prompt of the console, you can write the help space the name of the command and enter it. Directly you will get the help on that command. You need not have to search again. You will readily get the command. Okay. So display help for sign function will be prompt help space sign enter. Okay, this is about the help command. So what we have discussed the are Scilab is a scientific language, isn't it? We can download it from the scilab.org. There are different packages for different operating systems. Depending on OS, we can download the particular Scilab package. Scilab packages are available for Windows operating system. Scilab package is available for Linux operating system, and Scilab package is available for Mac OS X operating system also. So if we are having suppose Windows operating system in our desktop or laptop system, then we can download the Scilab package for Windows. Again, we have to check whether it is 64-bit, 32-bit, etc. Nowadays 64-bit is there. Okay. So old system is there, we have to go for 32-bit. We download it. If you are using Linux, download for Linux. Download it, install it, click it, it will launch the software. There are 4 windows into the software. There are 4 windows into the software. Okay. And those windows are console, editor, graphics window, help window. And we have discussed in detail regarding all 4 windows in this lecture. We have discussed regarding console, we have discussed regarding the editor, we have discussed regarding the graphics window, and also we have discussed regarding the help window. Console window is the window in which we can give the command and execute it by entering. We can type the command and we can execute. So in console window, in front of prompt, we can give single command we can type single command at a time. For typing multiple commands, it becomes very difficult. Okay. So console command is for executing command. Editor is to edit the program. Editor is to edit the program. That means program can be edited into the editor. Any number of lines can be edited and saved. It is possible to save into the editor. Okay. In the editor, program can be saved. So editor is used to edit the multiple programs, multiple lines into the multiple commands into the program. So very long program or code can be generated. 10 line, 100 line, 1000 line code can be generated and also saved as a file, and anytime we can open that file and execute it. So in console, we cannot save the multiple, whatever the command executed, and we cannot have the multiple command editing. That is a drawback of console. And editor, we can edit the multiple lines and we can save it. And we can execute also. With one click, we can execute all the multiple commands in the editor. Then graphics window is there for displaying the graphics and images. We can zoom the images or graphs, we can rotate the graphs, we can zoom by zoom tool, or we can zoom by edit axis commands. Okay, edit figure and edit axis commands. There is a help menu. We can launch the help menu with writing command HELP and entering on the command prompt of the console, or we can click on the question mark on the window and we can get the help menu. And after getting the help menu with the question mark or help command, you can search for any topic. After getting help menu, we can search for any topic. This is one way. Second way, if you are knowing the command, directly you can go for the help of that command by giving the command on the console in front of prompt, help space that particular command, name of the command. Suppose in front of prompt we write the HELP space SIN, you will get sinusoidal function help. You will get the sine function help. Okay. So these are the four main windows in Scilab we have discussed till now. Now we'll stop for this lecture for today. Probably we'll meet tomorrow for the next lecture of open source software and hardware. Thank you.